Are you ready to embark in this journey on learning how to have hot dates, how to come back to yourself, to your power, and actually enjoy being single? What if being single would not be painful? What if you could be fulfilled and happy and find more joy, finding sexy times, finding juice times, and get your heart feeling full, honoring yourself, loving yourself, getting your needs met on the way to find that true love that your heart longs for. And discover through this process what is it that your heart longs for. So let's just take a deep breath together. In the path of love and intimacy and relationships, who hasn't been scarred or hurt? Who hasn't had their heart broken, right? Because your heart was broken, it doesn't mean that will be broken again, or that difficult situation happened for a reason, right? So we did a whole show about how to heal your heart, and I will add the link below. But tonight is about how can, after the process of mourning, losing a relationship or ending a relationship, or just discovering how can you be you, single, happy, and having fun while you are taking applications, doing interviews, right? Like, I've been going through this process myself, and took a while to embrace the fun of going back dating, because that is almost an underlying feeling that, oh, being single for some people, it feels almost it's wrong. It feels like, oh my God, I'm single, like I have a problem that needs to be resolved. And some people are just like, just happy being single and enjoying, and I see the differences. And a lot of that process is how much time are you willing to take healing your heart and discovering the new you? Because every time your heart gets broken, every time that a relationship ends, there is a new opportunity for you to be born again, for you to discover this new person that has been born again, what does she or he likes. Because we have these stories of what we like and what we want, but there is a lot that we don't know, that we don't know, that we want, that we desire, that we deserve, and that could happen. Because if it hasn't happened to you, you don't have that idea there yet. So I always tell my girlfriends, like when they start dating, they go, oh my gosh, I went in this date, didn't work out, or oh, I'm talking to all these guys, nobody, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes and I go, are you willing to kiss 50 frogs until you find your prince? Because this kind of like, that's what it is about, right? To go with people that will feel like, not really. Or there'll be people like, oh, this is exciting, and then you go on 3 dates and you go, oh. And then you go a week and you go, yes, this is going for a week. Oh my God, this is exciting. Maybe we're gonna have sex. And then you start to fantasizing, and then you sleep excited and you go, oh, and then you have sex and it's like, oh. Right? Who hasn't experienced that? We all have been through this process. But what if this process can be different? What if now, today, you make a decision that you're actually going to use that as an opportunity for soul growth, as an opportunity to develop yourself, to discover your sexuality, to discover what your heart truly wants and craves for? Because we have an idea of what we want or how we want a relationship to be. But until you experience different things, it's hard to really understand how good could be. So I'm inviting you to also, if you could, think about, well, if you're single and you're watching, what is my wildest fantasy, like sexual fantasies? And some sexual fantasies, they are better left alone. I can say that some fantasies that I had, they were better staying fantasies than becoming real. They were more fun that way. Like when they actually become reality, I was no. That was another one that was go home, right? Like, so, but some fantasies, some desires, some sexual desires, when they are given voice and they're given life, they make you feel alive. And then you discover something new then. And then there's a new aspect of your being and your career and your love life and your friendships and your power, that you become somebody new. And then as you blossom sexually into these new stages of your sexuality, these new ways of relating, there is an opening and a joy that starts to blossom around you, and it starts to get bigger, and then you become more magnetic. That magnetism of being happy and enjoying your life as you're single. And then now, it's like when you go to a buffet and there's all this delicious food, but it's not just a buffet, now it's a French restaurant that open like the best meals and they're all available because you are in your joy. But when you are not in your joy dating, it looks like, I don't know, like a little sandwich. And you go, yeah, no thank you. I'm not hungry. So what do we do in this life like this? What do you ask when you go in a date? What to ask before you go on a date? How to make your profile so you get dates on a dating app? How do you make it so when you have that conversation on the phone and you FaceTime and all of that, you find out, is this person worth to go meet? Like, are we gonna have a good time? So I invite you to go through a little process with me. If we go back, we're going to unleash what is your core values in relationship. What are the things that make you the most happy for who you are now? And as we said before, this all could change and could be different later, but who you are now has some set of values and some things that you like in bed and in relationship, in conversation, that make you feel good, alive, excited, and happy to be with somebody, right? So I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. And remember that you are perfect and you came to this world alone and you're gonna leave this world alone. So you're whole and complete in your soul, being you. And sometimes in this life, you may choose or not to share your existence with other people and to share your life with other people. And from that thought, I invite you to now go through, take a deep breath into that, because that is a big relief that is. So if we look at America today, that is 50.2% of American adults are single. That's a big number. Like now, most people want to be single and they're enjoying to be single, and it's harder and harder for the people that want to get married to find people that want to commit. People are enjoying their single lives, their independence, and they feel good being that way. But we all have experienced some moments of love and joy, and if you haven't, I invite you to imagine that you did. Like a perfect meeting, the perfect sexual encounter, the perfect date, the perfect relationship, a moment that really fulfill your heart. So let's take a deep breath for a moment and let's just go there. And I invite you to travel throughout your life, perhaps to the left or behind to your past. And remember a time where you felt completely fulfilled and loved and joyful in relationship. And again, if you haven't felt that, imagine that. And as you go through that space and that time, you maybe different times come to your mind. Go back to the most impressive time. And in there is color, there was sounds, there was a taste, there is something in there for you to feel. So I invite you to embrace, was that daytime? Was that in the evening? Was that warm? Was that hot? It was cold? How does it feel in your body? What are the sounds you are hearing? What are the sensations that are very available and alive for you? Now that you are in this moment, what was the 3 qualities that made this moment so special? It could be that you feel safe, free, that you felt loved or seen or heard, understood. I don't know what it is. What it is for you. What was the 3 characteristics from this moment, this encounter, or this moment of joy that you had that made it so special? So I invite you to, if you can, write it down, because this is what you're looking for into your next date. These are the qualities that you want to find in your next beloved, in the person you want to be with, because those are core, blissful, joyful experience for you. That means joy for you, right? So let's remember those 3 words, and when you meet somebody, you look to see if they have those qualities. If there was somebody that was completely present with you, are they able to be present with you? If somebody that was sensitive to your needs and desires, were they able to be that? If it was the sex juicy and they were somebody that is passionate and alive, did that feel good to you? Or they were quiet and reserved and that made you feel safer and you like that? Like, what was so special for you about this moment? So let's think about that, like that, what is unique for you? So when you go on dates and you have this little phone dates, or like when you meet somebody, before you meet somebody, see if those are there and be realistic. If it's not there, if nothing that you're looking for is there, you don't have to waste your time. You can say no, and you can wait, or you can just say, you know what, I'm just gonna hang out and have a good time. I just don't want to be at home or whatever, right? Like, but you're choosing to go, but you know you're not making a story or making that person that is not what you want fit into something that is not. That's very important in the world of dating. Another thing that I want to say, and I know I have said this before here, is that do not let your heart go hungry for too long. If you're needing love and connection, find people in your life that you can get that, at least little doses of that. Go get a massage, go pet your dog, go cuddle with your cat, go be with a friend, go get your nails together, girls. Like something that makes you feel connected. Get hugs from the people you love. Don't allow yourself to feel lonely and tight and keep going that way, because then it becomes harder and harder to open up. Yeah. So first things first. So get over your ex, do the work, watch that show. Like, I'm not gonna get into that right now, right? In Brazil, we have a say, and the French say that too, which is interesting. That is like, to get a new love, you just find a new one. To get over your old love, find a new one. And that's the fastest, more efficient way to heal your heart. Yes and no, right? Yes and no, because if you bring the same problems from your ex to a new relationship and just hurt somebody else, that's not cool for you or for them. But why not have love? Why not receive love? Why not enjoy your life? If somebody's trying to give you love, would you not allow them to give you love, to receive when you are in need? It's like if you get to somebody's house and they offer you food and you're hungry and you say no, why would you? So I invite you to take a deep breath on this one. How are you allowing your heart and your desires and your needs to be fulfilled in this time in your life? And if you are on dating and you become this hunter that is desperate, right? Like, oh my gosh, everybody's good. I'm not gonna miss it. It's like a desperation. Like, are you taking the time to integrate these experiences? This is a big topic here. Like, if you are going on too many dates, and if you're too busy dating too many people, and you're not having any time alone to actually breathe in and digest what happened last night before you go with the next person and the next person, and some people live their lives like that, are you really living your life fully being like that? Or are you just addicted to the dating, or addicted to the next thing, or to novelty and all of that? So, big one. So, space in between dates. And sometimes going on a date that doesn't work out can be a little heartbreak. It's so small because you're not in love with that person yet. But that little heartbreak carries on to the next date, and then there's another heartbreak, and then there's another heartbreak, and then your heart needs a break. So you need to give your heart breaks in between the heartbreaks, or even in between the fun. You might meet a few people, you might meet, it happens to people that you meet. It's funny, because when we find one person that we like, and we get excited about that person, what happens? You get more radiant. Now you're all loved up, and you're, woo, I'm not juicy, I'm ready to go. And then everybody sees it. People see it, that you're loved up, right? That you're more attractive. Because now your cup is full, your heart is full. So when you have your heart full like that, you have to then, you have to then allow yourself to share that experience, know you're going to be more magnetic, and then you're going to find somebody else that is just as exciting as that other person, right? Like, and then you might find, oh my God, there's all these new opportunities, and all these people now are coming, because now you're feeling loved, and you're feeling, and it's like in the beginning of a new relationship. It's very clear when you start dating somebody and you start to feel happy, and you're getting to that commitment, and now you're in love and you really experience that joy, then why does it become harder to be with that one person that you kind of like have to work through? Because you are more magnetic.